Yesterday was the conclusion for the Tacticians Cup, the first tournament of set 11 Riot hosted, and congratulations to Philip for going out with a bang, first place, 42 points, winning out the entirety of the tournament. Him, Altanahue, Dish Soap, and JD Zelensky have all qualified for the next cup automatically because they were the top 4 for this tournament. So congratulations to all of them, 42 points, 41, and 40 respectively. Now, during the co-stream, because we were, again, very fortunately one of the official co-streams for the tournament. Actually, if you just go slightly below the top 4, at number 6 is Mogu Yummy, who I don't know exactly the reasoning behind the name change, but that's actually Pockygom, one of North America's titans, and actually one of the strongest players in North America, who was actually very fortunately enough given us the opportunity to interview him between Game 5 and Game 6. So in today's video, you're going to be watching just basically an edited down version of the interview so you guys can get all the juicy bits and pieces. And for those of you who find the current meta a little bit restricting or a little bit boring or stale, you're like, oh, it's just a level 4 lottery, whatever. I think Pocky actually has a lot of insight into the current meta, but also just in general with the TFT and how High Challenger really works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little interview that we did over on stream, and hopefully we'll see you guys at the next Tacticians Cup.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello. How you feeling about the how you feeling about your spot? How you feeling about winning out?
I mean, I got a first my last game.
Oh.
So I'm like right 1 point behind the top of the leaderboard. So as long as I continue to do well, I mean, it's probably doable.
Can you win this tournament, please?
I try. I definitely want to do, because like there's outside of like the cup qualification, I think is kind of worthless for me unless I run it down on ladder for some reason.
Yeah.
And then otherwise it's like only
Becca,
points and money, and might as well get more money.
Are you
True.
Are you happy with how you played so far?
I'm pretty sure I could have gained 3 more points in my second game if I sweated positioning a little bit better. But
can you give an example?
Oh, it's just because I had 6 Dryad mulched, and then I got fucking potted.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that just explains it. Like my Gnar did 1,000 damage in that fight. I would have won if he like did even like a little bit. The fight was actually weirdly close, despite my Gnar doing nothing in that fight.
I see. By the way, so I know you tweeted about Grea, this guy that like I think not a lot of people are aware of who he is, or they are. Can you talk a little more about who this person is, especially because they're doing so well as well in the tournament?
So I met him a while ago and mostly started chatting with him when Dota Auto Chess came out, and he basically like we would play together and he hit queen rank or whatever the highest was really quickly, and I was like kind of stuck in like lower ranks like bishop, and then he kind of like taught me the game. And then TFT came out, and then we started just playing that a lot together, and then most of like my building up skills and fundamentals came from like basically learning and copying from him. And I would say like when it comes to the fundamentals, he still is like probably better than me at that. It just I dedicate a lot more time to the game than he does. Although currently he is dedicating a lot of time. Like he's like permanently on tactics.tools for some reason. So, and he like watches a lot of streams.
Who would you say is the player you are most afraid of in the top 8?
Well, if like Grea gets in, probably him. Altena looks like he's doing really well.
I think Altena was one of the favorites from LAS coming into the tournament.
Right. I think he's made Worlds, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think
yeah. And otherwise, I think like Sox has a very good read on like how to play the mid game of the patch. A lot better than most of the players.
Could you elaborate a little more on that? Like, I feel like mid game is sort of a part of the game that a lot of people are considering dead. So like, it's kind of interesting you're saying that like, oh, like he has a better read or a better understanding of it.
But the thing is, yes, ideally you want to roll on your level 8.
Yeah.
Look for 4 costs. But like, if everyone's doing that, the likelihood you hit 2-star forecast is very low, right?
Yeah.
Like if you hit a 2-star forecast, you're just a high roller, basically, like
Yeah.
on the stage 4 roll down.
Mhm.
And you have to know when to like rely on some of the 3 costs, especially to like stabilize your level 8 board, because everyone's gonna be stuck on like, unless the lobby is super high roll and somehow everyone hits 2-star forecast, you'll probably be stronger than them if you play around those units like Thresh, Amumu, Ilaoi, units like I saw Sox play a Loon 2 to Fast 9 as well. Like Zoe's not bad. It's like you want to rely on like these 2 and 3 cost units that can like still do something while you either go Fast 9 or just send Donkey on level 8.
Right.
So now that there's like 2 games remaining, what, like without leaking like anything major, what would you say like is your biggest like edge over others, like your biggest strength in this tournament?
I don't know. I just feel like people send their gold too much for no reason, and they don't
So
hold like enough pairs. I feel like.
So you think like people are playing like way too like cookie cutter words? Like I saw this, so I only play this, basically.
Yeah, I think so. It's like it feels like, so I sometimes roll on stage 3 and 2 just to like win streak. Stage 2 is a lot more occasional, but stage 3 I do roll like here and there if I really want to like either stabilize or maintain a win streak. And feel like when I watch what the lobby's doing, they're not doing it. Probably. Because they're just sitting on like 1-star unit boards and like it's like people care too much about sending it on 8. But then like everyone's sending it on 8, so like nobody's hitting 2-star forecasts anyway. So like you just lost all your HP and you're stuck on like 1-star Kane, 1-star Lee Sin, and you're just gonna bleed out.
Right. Kind of interesting you're saying like you're willing to roll on stage 2. I think we've been co-streaming the whole tourney, but we haven't seen anybody really roll on stage 2. Can you think of an example of when you would actually decide to do so, or is it just like a win streak sort of situation?
Yeah, I would only roll if it's like a win streak situation, and then I have like non-interval gold, like 25-ish, 26 gold, and then like I either want to hold my pairs that I'm holding, and then so I'm willing to like roll 1 or 2 times, because if that secures me the streak, that's big. And also it's a unit that you're going to be holding for the entire next stage anyway, most likely, because who's even changing their board on stage 3?
Right.
So it depends on the unit, but like I will sometimes roll for them.
Something, do you have anything you want to add or anything you want to ask?
No, I think yeah, I mean that's some really interesting stuff. You guys had some insightful questions, man. What the heck? For this interview, what the fuck?
Beast interviewers.
Beast
like they played a game.
Yeah, bro, you're just a casual, man. Oh, yeah, here's a for fun question. How many games would you consider is a casual amount of games for people who are competing at like the challenger level or like trying to compete in these cups?
I mean, I feel like if you're in challenger at this point, like you're probably not casual. Like the most casual challenger player I would think is probably Solus at this point.
Like, if it is like Lost Ark grind,
but Solus is basically like a casual challenger player. He doesn't really watch anyone. He doesn't really study the game. He like plays and streams it sometimes, but like at this point he's basically retired this set. So I would consider him like the closest to a casual, and he's I think like 200 games at this point, so like that sounds about right.
200 games, all right, sounds good.
But I think like the game count isn't the full picture.
It is not the full picture, that is true, for
because
sure,
like you look at Grea, but like he's putting in a lot of time at least watching and like looking at the stats, so the actual like time behind the scene matters a lot, and that is the thing that Solus does not do right now. I mean, I've said that to him and he's like, yeah, I mean, he agrees.
You talk about the behind the scenes being a really important factor. How much of your own time do you like a percentage do you think that you would consider you would put into like just dedicated to just like looking at the stats or studying lines and stuff like that rather than actually playing the game?
At this point, it's probably like 70%.
Oh, really?
I think the start of the set when like people were just grinding, it was like way lower, like closer to like 30-ish%. So like overall, it's probably been like 50%, but at this point, it feels like I'm doing more of like the studying stuff than actually playing.
Yeah, I see you. Like, I'm in every stream possible, and I see you in every stream possible. So you're actually watching so much as well.
Yeah, I watch a lot of people, and it's just like, it helps. It helps. I'm in a lot of, like so technically, I'm in a lot of study groups as well. I have like basically connections with everyone.
Yeah.
So, being able to just like, I don't actively contribute to some of the groups, but it's like the ones that even if you don't like reading the things that they say, I don't agree with a lot of the things that people say, but like it helps.
Yeah, I mean it's just like extra perspective, right? Like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you have anybody that you look up to, or I mean outside of Grea, but like, do you have anybody that you say you watch a lot of streams, right? Like, whose streams are you watching the most of?
Oh, okay. I think that's one thing that's like, I don't really watch the streams of like players who I would probably say are optimal to watch to improve, like Dish Soap, and like.
You watch a lot of T-Lights, right?
I watch a lot of T-Lights. I watch a lot of Riri when he does stream. I watch a lot of like Zolas, which probably not very helpful. No, not to learn. I just like hang out with him.
Just hanging out. Fair enough.
Otherwise, like I watch Setsuko, but it's like partially for fun, partially to learn. But I feel like I wouldn't really play the way that Setsuko does usually. So it's like I just watch to kind of like see what he does and see like, oh, especially learning how to play Fortune. Like I learned a lot how to play like these kind of like stupid win out lost streak stuff just by watching him. That guy likes taking, what is that augment, the one that gives you a 5 cost?
Yeah. He does it quite often.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it. It's good. It's good.
And they're buffing it, but they're giving it 20 gold.
Yeah, I mean it's just good for like Fortune
if you want
to get you to 9.
Yeah.
Okay, it does seem like I think the lobbies have been decided, and it looks like you guys are readying up, so we're gonna let you go.
Yeah, good
luck
luck,
on your game. We'll be watching your game, so.
Okay.
All right.
Have fun watching.
All right, peace out, bro.